Guys, we waited enough. Though we have less quorum today, but we'll start. Right, just a minute. And before we start with today's session, a few quick things. If obviously if everybody has time, then only. If it is not possible to cover everything, the backup topic in 3 sessions, we might extend to the 4th session today. Obviously, if you guys have time, then only. Otherwise, we'll cover it in next week. But I suggest and I want this to be done in one whole session, so it will be easier for you guys to understand. It will be easier for you guys to refer the video later on whenever you want, right? That too, if it is that only when if it is not done in 3 sessions. I'll try to avoid past questions today or revision today. We'll quickly get started and try to finish it in 3 sessions. Prior to that, as we know that our subscriptions are expiring today, both of them. So we'll require new subscription. So I'll pick any of these from this group, and maybe you can have the subscription and assign the roles, etc., everything to the whole group. Only this thing will change. For example, here Sunil is the owner, right? Now let's say from this group, Sonali can create a subscription, right? Is anyone joining using Xiaomi phone? I don't see the name. It just shows the Xiaomi phone. That's it. Okay. So, for example, here Sonali can create a subscription. Okay. And she will be the owner of the subscription, and she will have to create all these users again. And same method will have to apply. As assign them owner roles on subscription. Sorry, reader role on subscription level, at subscription level, then owner on their individual resource groups, etc. Right? And here from this one of you can create. So let me see who is available from this group first. Now this is Sunil's group. Prabhat, I think it was on your name and Sunil created it, right? Or was it on Sunil's name and you created? What was the case?
No, Sunil has created it.
Okay, so can you create one now?
No, I have used my credit card, to be honest.
Or you have already used it?
Yeah, when I did AZ 900, that time I had used my credit card.
Okay. Who else do we have? Do we have Sharmili? Sharmili, have you joined? Shahrukh, Sam? I think I saw Sam somewhere. Will you be able to create a subscription, Sam? Your voice is too low, Sam. Not able to hear you.
Yes, well, I'll try.
Sure. So here, instead of Sunil, now Sam will create the subscription. You can take help from Prabhat or Sunil, or you can reach out to me also if you need any help. Right?
Yes, well.
Similarly, Sam, you will have to create all these users. Your user will be there automatically the moment you create the account. Your user will be there. Create all these users. Change the name because it will change now. You will create your own subscription. This will change. Right? Keep the first name as it is, order as it is, everything. Just change these and assign them similar role. For example, if Prabhat has global admin and owner on subscription, give him the same. Sonali has global admin, give her the same. Someone who doesn't have anything, which means they have only reader access at the subscription level and owner access on their uh, particular resource group. Do that. Right? Similarly, from this group, who do we have? Do we have Ashfaq? Ashfaq Karbal? Did you join? Ashfaq, can you hear me? Is your mic issue resolved now? Will you be able to take this, Ashfaq? Will you be able to create the subscription? Okay, great. Guys, he's answering in the chat in case you are not able to see. He has some mic issues and he's answering in the chat. So Ashfaq will create the subscription. And same thing, Ashfaq, you'll have to create the same users. Whoever has global admin plus owner role, give them the global admin plus owner role. Create my account as well, guys, both of you, and give me global admin plus owner role. And similarly, type in your password here, whichever password you are selecting. You get different password and you can select one also. So however suits you. And then individual person will log in and change their password. And this is how we'll continue practicing. So in this one, Ashfaq is creating, and this one Sam is creating. Once it is done, let me know. I will update the Excel file, or you guys also have access to update the Excel file, right? Someone has already opened it, so that's okay. I'll just later on I'll edit this. Sam and Ashfaq, these two are helping us with subscription. Yesterday I had two questions, but I'm not taking them now. As I told you, we have to cover a lot in backup, so I'm not taking them now, right? And while creating resource group, guys, while creating resource group, reach out to me. I'll give you a PowerShell script. With the help of this script, you will be able to create user. You'll be able to create the resource groups and assign them uh, individual level or owner access on the respective group. I'll share the script with you. It will be a good practice for you, and it will minimize your work. If you keep on doing that individually, manually, using GUI, it will take maybe an hour for you to create these many resource group. But I'll share a script with you. It will be a good practice for you, right? So get started with backup, guys. Yesterday we were discussing our Azure recovery vault, right? The recovery vault which we require for backup and your disaster recovery. Disaster recovery we haven't started yet. I'll be able to do that once we are done with our storage concept, because many concepts from storage are related there. So will not be able to cover that now. As of now, we are focusing on backup. But if it is, even if it is backup or disaster recovery, in both cases, recovery service vault, it is a mandatory thing. Right, before we go to the portal, let's quickly recap few things in backup and understand few new concepts. So backup, workload running on Azure, what can we backup, by the way? Using Azure backup service, what all can we backup? Is it visible, guys? Is my screen visible, readable, or do you want me to enhance it more, zoom it in more?
Right.
You can read it, right? Okay. So what all can we backup, guys? What all can we backup here? We can backup our Azure machines, Azure stack, and on-premises machine as well. Something which you have on your data center, physical machine or a vCenter machine or a Hyper-V machine, you can backup that machine also on your Azure. Is this clear, guys? Is this point clear? Okay. Types of backup, we can backup virtual machine, we can backup Azure file share. Now, what is a file share? I'll explain it later. This is storage concept. We can backup SQL server, we can backup SAP HANA, right? But we will be focusing on virtual machine, because you know virtual machine properly, then ये सब जो है आराम से आप सीख जाओगे. We'll be focusing on virtual machine, but all these things we can backup using our Azure backup service. Okay. What are the items we have? Okay, what are the menu we have, or what are the uh, options we see there when we go to backup or when we go to service recovery vault? So let me go to service recovery vault. Or it's recovery service vault. I You created one, right? Who created this? Prabhat, you created, and Sunil, you created. Good. Or it's better that I'll pick up mine. We have backup data over there. Right. So what all do we see here is when we come to a recovery service vault, what all do we see? Though we have many things, but just to summarize that, what do we see? We see backup items. Okay. We see backup items here. What do you mean backup items? Backup items means what are being backed up as of now. So we see backup items. In this, we should see two VMs. I have not backed up any agent. I have not backed up any uh, server, any DPM, any storage, any SQL, nothing. So what have I backed up as of now was Azure Virtual Machine. So I see two items. So this is what we see under Recovery Service Vault, backup items. Then we see backup policies. I hope you remember the backup policies, guys, right? Uh, Anyone has any doubt or anything with backup policy? Yes, guys, any doubts, any question
No.
with related to backup policy? Is it clear to everyone? Backup policy, which we discussed yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we see there? Backup policy. Then we see backup reports. Backup policy, backup items I just showed you. Backup policy we have seen in detail. Then we have backup reports. What do you mean by backup reports? Let's quickly have a look. So here if I go backup items, which we discussed, right? Backup policies, which we discussed. And the backup policy, how many backup policies do we have? And what is the subtype of that policy? The name is a different thing, guys, and there are two types. One is standard, one is enhanced. And we have read the differences between them. Though I'll be putting some questions today. Okay, I'll be doing that. But understand and make sure to remember those differences. It's a very important question. So backup policies we see. Then we have backup reports. What do we have in backup report? Very basic thing that which all items are being backed up, what is the summary, which backup instances are being there, what jobs are running, what policies are we using, right? Uh, Policy adherence, and you want to email the report, etc. So it's a report. Whatever you see in a report, you can go ahead and play around this, and you will find some details here. Let me see if I can find something. Let me see. And see, we have templates as well. If you click here, you will have the report template. So this is not very important, and plus we'll be covering this when we go back to monitoring. Hence, I'm not spending time here, but this is what you see in your backup reports, right? Summary, backup instances, as in क्या बैकअप हो रहा है आपका एग्जैक्टली वर्चुअल मशीन, कितने वर्चुअल मशीन, कौन सा वर्चुअल मशीन. You can put a filter, put report that how many of 2012 machines are being backed up, how many 2019 machines are being backed up, how many from a particular subscription are being backed up, how many from a particular subscription are being backed up, etc., etc. Right? So this is what you see in your report. Backup jobs, this is very important. This is the and alerts is based on backup jobs. Something gets failed, something gets successfully completed, you get alerts on your email. That is your backup alerts. Backup jobs, this is very important, guys. Backup jobs is very important. This is where you troubleshoot a lot, right? So you go to backup items, you see these two machines, you click on any one of these, view details. Now look at this. This is one way to come to backup jobs. There are multiple methods. I'll show you another one as well. Okay, so this one, guys, uh, this is completed successfully. Okay, this backup has been completed successfully, right? Uh, this backup has been completed successfully. Now look at this. The pre-checks has been passed completely. Last backup was done successfully. Everything looks good. Now if I look for the jobs, view jobs, I don't think so I'll see any error. Yes, look at this. There are no errors. Why? Because we don't see anything failure, nothing. But what if a backup has been failed? Backup is failing, then what? I'll show it to you, the error. Let me back up it. Let me start the backup now. Can I start the backup when machine is turned off? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Okay. So these two backups we have obviously uh, captured when our machines were not working. So let me go to, I can start backup from here also, but I want to show you something. Hence I'm going to machine. That was VM001. Okay, this is not going to be start because this was generalized. And I hope we have backup here. Let me check. No, we don't have it. I'm looking for a machine which I can start and which already has a backup. So I want to show you something. This machine is stopped. Even this cannot be started. This can be started, but I'm not sure if it has backup. No, it doesn't have backup. This one has some backup. Let's see if we can start this machine. No. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead with the stopped version. The only difference here, when I start the machine and capture a backup, you won't see as a crash consistent. To answer your question, Sunil, Prabhat or Sunil, one of you asked this, right? The consistency, when your machine is shut down, then you will see a crash consistent. When machine is up, you will see application consistent. What is the difference between that? We are going to cover that later. It is there. I already showed you. But that is a major difference. Machine, when it is a shutdown mode, then it is a crash consistent backup. Backup will happen. These are the different type. Very minute differences you will see. Now, because I'm backing up this manually, hence it is asking me the retain time. Otherwise, from where can I check the retain time? Let's say, guys, I'm not backing this up manually, and I will wait as per the policy. But I want to know that when is the next backup going to happen, and what is the retention time? Where can I check?
Logs.
No. For this particular machine, guys, let's go back. I am on VM02. I am the app owner. I come here and I ask you a simple question that, hey, can you please tell me what was the last backup done on my machine? When will be the next backup happen? And for how many days will it be retained? From where can you check these details?
Backup option,
Sorry?
backup option.
Okay, then what next? Okay, maybe one question is answered here, that your last backup was done on 17th of August, 5 p.m. Fine, 18 hours ago. Remaining questions, when the next backup will happen, and how many days will this backup be there?
Maybe the expiry timing that we have beside recovery time.
That is
Backup
only for one
policy.
backup, right? Because that
Backup
I
policy.
captured manually. Yes, sorry, someone answered already.
Backup policy.
Backup policy. From where can I see the backup policy?
Backup policy, which is highlighted over the option, the highlighted
Default
one.
policy. Default
Okay.
policy.
What is the another method to go to the policy?
You can go to service recovery
Perfect.
vault, and from there you can
Next,
check.
recovery service vault. Then go to the recovery service vault where your machine is being backed up. Let's say if this is the one, then you go to backup policies and you check which backup policy is being applied to your machine. Let's quickly check. Though it was default, I am just showing it to you. How can you check this and how can you answer this in your interview? And you go to backup and you see your default policy standard, it is being applied. Now you come here and search for default policy. This is the policy. And just to double check, just to be make sure that this is the vault which we are using. How can I cross check this, guys? That this is the same vault I'm talking about. How do you know, by the way? Okay, policy यहाँ पर ठीक हो गया. Where do you see the vault name? Which vault is being used? Which recovery service vault is being used for this backup?
Recovery. There is
First
a
option.
in essentials.
Yes, new vault. So
Recovery
I can
service.
click here and I can go, I can search here and I can do it. So now I'm sure that this is the new vault. This is the same vault I'm using. The name is new vault. Okay, don't get confused. So, and still, just to double sure, I can go to backup items and see if I can see that VM here. Yes, I can see. And now I am sure, okay, इस VM पे यही वाला policy apply हो रहा है. This is the policy we are talking about. Now I can go ahead and open that policy and I can answer the questions, whichever I have. So at what time the backup will happen? It will happen at 6:30 p.m. When will it happen? Daily. 6:30, this is not IST, by the way. Okay, this is UTC. For how many days will it be there?
2 days.
No.
No, for 30 days.
There's 2 instances.
Yes, for 30 days, guys. Return instance is
Okay.
something different, but my backup will be there for 30 days. Got it, guys?
Yes.
But when I do a backup now, it is not picking up 30 days. Why? because I'm doing this manually. That policy applies only when it happens as per the schedule. When the schedule backup will happen, that snapshot will be there for 30 days. For example, this one I had captured manually, so I had an option to uh, put a time. When do you think you will do this manually? Apart from the failure होगा तो वैसे भी आप manually नहीं करोगे. अगर आपका schedule fail हो रहा है ना, then you will troubleshoot it. Manually कब करोगे? What do you think? Very real time scenario, guys. This is, I mean, if you can explain this, if you can answer this, then this nothing better than this. So when do you think you're going to use backup now option manually? Yes, guys, anything comes to your mind? Anything? Right, wrong, it's okay. Anything.
If we are making changes to that particular machine right now, I mean, some application is being installed or some update is being installed, before that we'll take a backup of that machine. So
Perfect.
if
Yes.
something
Yes,
is
perfect example.
wrong,
For example, this machine, what is the operating system of this machine? Let's say this machine is, where is it? 2019 or what is it? It's Linux. Okay. It is Linux 7. Okay. If I'm not sure if it is 7 or which one. Let's say this is Linux 7 and I want to upgrade it to 9 or 10. But before I upgrade, what I want that understand one thing, whenever you are upgrading a machine, you require a downtime. Okay. The moment you start upgrading the machine, there is no new data coming to that machine. The machine will be shut down. It is going to take 3 to 4 hours. And for those 3 to 4 hours, that particular machine will be shut down. So what I want as an app owner, a guarantee that if something goes wrong with this upgrade, you will be able to bring my machine to the same level from where you have shut it down. Right? So with the current backup, do you think I'll be able to do that? Let's say I'm planning the upgrade of this machine, operating system upgrade, and this is the backup I have. And I am starting right away right now. So do you think this backup is sufficient for me?
there might be few changes made after the last backup.
Obviously, yes, guys. There are 18 hours ago a backup was taken, and after 18 hours, 18 घंटे से अब तक कोई backup नहीं है. So if I shut down the machine now, without any fresh backup, if I shut it down and try to upgrade it, right? And if something goes wrong, कि उसके बाद machine up नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, what will be the last point from where I can restore the machine? The oldest point?
4 साल
18 घंटे पहले.
Yes. So what about the data? ये जो 18 घंटे का data था, इसका क्या हुआ? Lost it.
चला
So
गया.
to avoid these circumstances, and it could be any upgrade, मैंने बहुत बड़ा example दे दिया. It could be patching, it could be smallest update, छोटा सा एक ये छोटा application में change. Sometimes resizing the machine, it happens. I mean, not with the new operating systems, new operating system compatible होते हैं. But if you're dealing with very old operating system, be it Linux or Windows, let's say Windows 2003, and don't be surprised, you will still see 2003, because in IT it's a simple rule: if it is working, just don't touch it. Right? कोई application 2003 पे चल रहा है, so companies they don't want to spend money. क्यों नया operating system लेंगे, उसका licensing cost, then application 2003 के हिसाब से configure कर रखा है, why to change that, right? So if you are upgrading, you're just changing the size of a machine, though 2003 is not supported in Azure. This is just an example. ठीक है, this is just an example. Let's say you're changing the size of 2K3 in Azure, तो साइज भी मैटर करेगा, बिकॉज 2K3 4 GB रैम से ज्यादा नहीं सपोर्ट करने वाला है. You're trying to upgrade it to 6 GB. You want to take a chance. Let's see if it is working or not. आपने कोई सर्विस पैक अप्लाई करके देख लिया, कुछ पैचेस अप्लाई करके देख लिया. So even before resizing the machine, you can take the backup. कि if something goes wrong, उस resize के बाद मशीन अप ही नहीं होती है तो क्या करूंगा मैं, right? Then वापस से resize करने के बाद भी नहीं होगा, then what will I do? Let's say I tried to resize it to an enhanced version, it did not work, and then again I resized it to the current version, but still machine correct hogi. Then what can you do? You can restore the data from your backup. So if your backup is 18 hours delay, then you will not be able to retrieve the data which you have lost for these 18 hours. Got it, guys?
Yeah.
By the way, this oldest point, the restore point, okay, this point, the point from where you can pick up the data, from where you can you can recover the data, that is your RPO, recovery point object. From where can you pick up the data? RPO. This was a question recently asked in one of the interviews. A person attended the interview from your batch. The other one, I'm not talking about the same interview which I discussed last time. The other interview, one more attended. Let me show it to you. Let's see. RPO and RTO they asked about. Here it is. And what was the yes? What is RTO and what is RPO? These were the questions they were asked. So what is RPO? Recovery point objective. Age of the data which can be recovered. Right? Now forget the RTO, we'll discuss later. As of now, we are on this point, so understand what is RPO. It is recovery point objective. It is the age of the data which can be recovered. This is the same thing which we are discussing here. Got it, guys? Is it clear? Right. So this is the reason. These could be the reasons why would we backup the why would we uh, use backup now feature. So when I do the backup now, it is giving me an option. Why it can't simply take 30 days? Why do you think we have this feature here?
Because you are doing it manually, and it can be the manually data can be backed up for only for 24 hours.
No. It's not only for 34 hours. I can select whatever date I want. But understand one thing, guys. It is a manual one, right? मैन्युअल का
Yeah.
मतलब है कि मैं कुछ चेंजेस कर रहा हूँ इन वो चेंज के बाद मुझको बैकअप लगने वाला है या नहीं लगने वाला है इट वोंट टेक लॉन्ग इनफ फॉर मी टू फिगर इट आउट इफ आई एम अपग्रेडिंग समथिंग इट वोंट टेक मोर देन अ डे फॉर टेस्टर्स एंड एवरीवन टू टेस्ट कि ये अपग्रेड सक्सेसफुल हुआ है या नहीं हुआ है within 4 hours you will have the report. If it is successfully done, you don't require the backup again. If it is failure, you will restore from the backup and you don't require the backup. Hence we are not keeping that for 30 days, but if you want you can do that 30 days, 2 days, 4 days, but it is giving you a manual option because you're doing that manually. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now we started this because we were discussing the jobs or alerts, jobs initially. So look at this. Now if I click on jobs, you will see one is in progress and one has been failed. So this is where you can utilize this option called view jobs. In your interview, if someone is asking that, okay, you have worked on backups, so how did you check the alerts or how did you check the errors, etc. So you can say that you go to recovery service vault, you go for backup jobs. Under backup jobs, you will see the completed jobs, in progress jobs, and if it is failed, then you can see that as well. Now one is being failed, one is in progress, and one got failed. If you want to check why it got failed, you'll have to click on details. By the way, why do you think this one got failed?
Because this another one was in currently was in progress. That's the
Yes,
reason it
and it
got.
clearly says here, the error backup operation is in progress. On the same machine, I initiated one backup and immediately I initiated another backup, which is not required. Okay, so this is the reason it got failed. Now it could be any reason. यहाँ पर आपको काफी reasons मिलेंगे और उसका trouble shooting भी मिल जाएगा यहाँ पर, उसका recommended action भी मिल जाएगा यहाँ पर. So that is not a big task. राइट योर इंटरव्यूअर ऑल्सो नोज यहाँ पर इश्यूज मिलते हैं एरर मैसेज के आंसर्स भी मिलते हैं सो इज नॉट चेकिंग वेदर यू कैन रिकलेक्ट एवरी सिनेरियो और उसका आंसर आपको सबको आता है या नहीं बट व्हाट ही और शी वांट्स टू अंडरस्टैंड वेदर यू नो द पोर्टल और नॉट राइट वेदर यू नो कि जाना कहाँ पर है इफ यू गॉट एन ईमेल एक अलर्ट आ गया दैट दिस बैकअप इज बीइंग फेल्ड उसके बाद क्या करोगे आप so you should be thorough with this that, okay, I'll go to that machine. I will go to the backup section. I will check which recovery service vault it is being used for this, which policy is being used for this. I'll go to the vault. Then I'll go to the backup jobs. There I will see the current jobs and there I will definitely see the status or the progress. If it is in progress, I'll see that. If it is failed, I can click on view details and there I will see the reason एंड वहां पर आपको recommended action भी मिल जाता है that's all you have to say no one is expecting you to remember all the recommended actions every troubleshooting. That's not even possible. मुझको खुद को भी नहीं पता यहाँ पर कितने टाइप के एरर्स आते हैं. Maybe I have seen 10-12 errors, but there could be n number of errors. We don't know. कभी कोई एजेंट फेल हो जाता है, कभी नेटवर्क कनेक्टिविटी चली जाती है. It could be anything, guys. It could be anything. Sometimes the user ID which is being used for backup that gets failed, उसका password expire हो गया. Could be anything. So you don't have to recall everything. You don't have to remember everything. But what you need to understand and remember and say it in your interview is the process. Got it, guys? Is this clear that why are we using backup jobs? Why do we have this option here?
Yes.
View jobs and alerts में वही होगा. कोई success हो गया, कोई fail हो गया. You can configure the alert here. यहाँ पर आप email वगैरह configure कर सकते हो. So every time a new this has been done, an email should be triggered to this person. This is very easy. So I'm not even covering this. यहाँ पर बस आके आपको email address डालना है and that's it. You can have multiple email addresses also, and you will start getting the notification. If you want, I can put some email addresses here, or maybe you can do it if you want. But why do we have that stuff? Alerts आने से कुछ नहीं होगा. The moment your team gets alert, they should know what to do next. They will have to come to this vault. They'll have to go to view jobs and then check why is it being failed and then troubleshoot that. Got it, guys?
So these are not two different things. These are only similar things, the alerts and the jobs.
Alerts, it's to get the alert of the job. It could be any alert. Example, your backup has been completed successfully. That is an alert.
Just a
Right.
notification.
Yes, it's a notification. An alert is just a notification, nothing else. Everywhere, not only here. An alert is just an alert. किसने आपको alert कर दिया? Backup successful हो गया, backup in progress है, या backup fail हो गया. This is an alert. Yes, guys, got it? Any questions? Any doubts? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Ashfaq, Deepak, Hanif bhai, what about you? Munir, Nihal, Prabhat,
Fine.
Sunil, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. So now this will take time, the upgrade. We have only 3 minutes left in this session. Let's go ahead and check the next one. What does it say? Backup jobs, backup alerts, we are done. Now we have to do our restore. Restore will be doing in next session. In this session, we have 3 minutes left. If anyone has any doubt or any question, please do ask. I'm happy to answer. If not, we'll take a break of 5 minutes. We'll meet in the next session and we will start using the same link and we will start restore. Very critical and crucial point this is. And I told you guys at the beginning, if we are not able to complete it thoroughly, right, then we'll have to extend 1 session today. So total we can have 4 sessions, but only if we are not able to do it. And that too, if you guys are available, I am happy to take it next week as well. But if we do it in a rhythm, then it is easier for you to understand. Right. So anyone has any questions, guys? Now we will be starting with restore, which is very crucial topic, and then we'll be done with our backup. Only 2 things I have to teach you: restore and then how to stop or delete the backup. It's not simple one-click delete. It will have a lot of steps to delete. So any doubts, any questions, please do ask. RPO, is it clear to everyone? Here I have written the terms also. Guys, you have access to this OneNote, right? All of you have access. Please keep on reading these details. And this is not one time I have created, I keep it updating. In fact, images also, I change them. I'm not sure whether you realize or not, but I do change those images also. So, but still, I recommend to go ahead and cross check the information on Microsoft portal when it comes to time and date, etc., because they keep on changing things. But to get a good idea, you can always refer to OneNote. What is RPO? This is not going to change for sure, right? इसका definition change नहीं हो रहा है. What can be changed? कि example, for example, the roles. यहाँ पे मैंने कोई 3 रोल लिख दिए, उसमें से कोई रोल decommission हो रहा है. ये सारी चीजें change हो सकती है. But the basics are not being changed. So you can always refer to this OneNote. यहाँ से आप जो है इसके keywords वगैरह इसको पढ़ते रहो. This will help you a lot in your interview. Right, guys, so only 30 seconds are left. If you guys do not have any questions, let me stop this. I'll see you guys at 11:45 using the same link. I just have to convert one video. So I'll require 5 minutes for that. Right? So I'll see you guys at 11:45 using the same link. Thank you.